you for calling the Social Security Administration's Workload Support Unit in Birmingham, Alabama. To ensure that you receive accurate and courteous service, your call may be monitored. If you know your party's extension number, please press 3. Otherwise, please hold for the next available agent. If you have received your Social Security Award notice, or if you are already receiving Social Security benefits and you do not have a claim currently pending in this unit, please hang up and call the nationwide toll-free number at 1-800-772-1213 for assistance.
Transferring you to extension number 700132945.
Good afternoon, Social Security. How can I help you?
Hi, ma'am. I just spoke with someone there that didn't give me a name who claimed that you have an employee by the name of Bianca that was a member of management for the WSU.
Okay, and can I have your social, sir?
Can I have your name? I just verified that Social Security Administration employees are asking for private information and not even giving their name.
My name is Leslie. I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're saying. You need to speak to a manager?
I do. I do.
And what's the reason, sir?
Well, I need to report misinformation provided by the previous employee I spoke with.
Okay, but you won't provide your social to me. Is that
I'll be
right?
happy to. I'll be happy to. You said your name is Leslie, correct?
It is.
I think
correct.
I think that's a fair trade. I think the Social Security Administration would be able to find Leslie if there was more information provided. My Social Security number is 587-31-6485.
Okay, sir. Because I'm going to need to provide that information to the manager to have her speak with you. So hold on, and they were transferring you to Miss Bianca. Is that right?
From my experience, you've got my social, so you can do a lot with it. But from my experience over the phone in my career, what she did was a warm transfer intended to delay the fact that she had provided misinformation over the phone. So she put me on. She placed me on. Do you know what that is? A warm check? Because a lot of you guys don't seem to know what that is.
I'm not really sure.
Okay, well, what she did was
answering the phone.
instead of transitioning a escalated call, which is what was happening, where the person that I spoke to provided me misinformation that conflicted with what was in the manual I was reading, and I asked to speak to a supervisor. Instead of using that process, she did what's called a warm transfer, where she just places me on hold and transfers the call to an unknown individual who is unaware what the call is about. So she didn't escalate the issue. She just did a warm transfer so she didn't have to deal with the call anymore.
Okay, I got you. Well, if you'll hold on, it looks like my managers are currently in a telephone call. I'll see if I can find one for you.
Ma'am,
Okay?
I asked a question, and I've given you my Social Security number, but you haven't answered my question.
Oh, I apologize, sir. I didn't realize there was a question there.
Is Bianca your manager?
We do have a manager with the first name Bianca. That is correct.
All right. I need to verify that. I recorded a voicemail for Bianca, but the Social Security Administration employees in your office are not providing their names, which is why I had to request yours. And I would like to note that in my message, if you could get a message to your managers, that there will be no way to identify the individuals over the phone in your office who's actually giving misinformation, because they do not give their names.
I understand what you're saying, but if you'll hold, I'm going to send her a text, and I'll get back with you, okay?
All right, thank you.
Actually, I won't even put you on hold. I'll just let you hear me click on the keyboard if
I,
that's all
I,
right.
considering I'm calling about a government error or delay, I think it would only be fair for me to be able to hear what you're doing. But you do
Oh,
whatever
okay.
they're
Well, then
paying you to do.
that'll work out.
All right.
So hold on. I'm not very good at multitasking, so hold on
Oh,
for a
it's
second.
all right. It's okay.
And you were transferred to her line today. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, I've only done, as far as I know, I've done business with the Social Security Administration since 2007. But as far as I know, the first time I ever called your number was yesterday, and the first time I ever spoke with someone was today.
Oh, okay, got you. All right. Yeah, it says the computer is telling me she's in a conference call. So bear with me for, I don't know how long it will take her to see that I sent her a message.
Okay, just just so that you don't think it's your fault. The name Zori Rush and the phone number that I just called you from has apparently been placed on some fixed routing system that forces Social Security Administration employees to discriminate against me personally with procedures necessary to escalate issues against Social Security Administration employees processing false information under my name. I know it sounds complicated, but it's really not. Basically, all I just said was that someone higher up at the Social Security Administration is navigating the entire system so that none of the Social Security Administration can assist me. So I wouldn't be surprised if you run into a few more problems.
Well, I hope that is not the case, sir.
All right. Well, you got my Social Security number before I was able to correct my records there based on this government error and delay, or even talk to somebody there. So I hope I have convinced you otherwise that at face value, the fact that I am on the phone with you right now means the Social Security Administration has done something wrong.
Well, we get phone calls all the time, sir. I don't really think one thing
It's
or
okay,
another. I
ma'am.
just answered the
I
phone.
would
I'm just sorry
prefer
that she's not
I
available
would
as I would
prefer
have
I would
preferred.
prefer that I have a discussion of whether or not the Social Security Administration has done something wrong with someone who actually has the evidence in their hand that I have that they
Yes,
did.
sir.
So I don't want to take a guess at it. I'm just telling you I'm on the phone because I have evidence that the Social Security Administration has done something wrong.
Yes, sir, I understand. She's writing me back, greeted me. She said I was in a meeting, and she didn't finish that thought. Not yet. apologize for this taking a minute, sir.
As I told you, this is going a lot smoother than what I have expected from the fixed route system that deprives me of the right to say, hey, the Social Security Administration has false records in my name.
Oh, well, then I guess I'll take that. It's a good thing then. I appreciate your good attitude.
Well, it's either that or just die. I mean, most
Yeah,
people don't. Most people
yeah,
don't
that's
apply
all.
to the Social Security Administration for benefits and qualify unless they have a disabling condition that disadvantages them in an already oppressive economy. So it's either me try to fix my property and get what I deserve or what's owed to me, or sit here and die with abuse by the Social Security Administration. So I decided it's best for me to just fight for my life with whatever breath is given to me.
Well, I'm glad you're being such a good advocate for yourself. Okay,
I mean, this is like the worst thing you could be doing with false records in my name is positive reinforcement right now, while I'm telling you there's false records giving you pecuniary benefits of salaries in my name. Like, you're gonna give me you getting the pecuniary benefits of salary from keeping false records in my name and then giving me positive reinforcement is more like torture than it is assistance. So I would prefer to just wait for the supervisor to get on the phone, then you correct the government records, and then you can tell me how brave I was for enduring this despicable experience.
Thank you, sir. Well, you bore with me while I was doing all this typing. Hold on, and I'm going to get her on the line, okay?
All right.
Hold on, sir. Good afternoon, Social Security. Beyond speaking, how may I assist you?
Oh, this is Bianca herself. You are Bianca? Hello?
I'm sorry. Can you? Yes, I think I got Mr. Rush.
Oh,
Mr. Rush on the
there
line.
is a party on my phone. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. One person talk at a time, please. There was a social security. This is Miss Cantrell, Bianca Cantrell. All right, Miss Cantrell is the Social Security Administration representative that transferred me to you. Is she still on the line?
No, she isn't.
She is not. Okay, I just heard a bunch of conversations going on before I said something. You were in a meeting when I just called you, I assume, because the person that I just spoke to verify the employment of the previous individual I spoke with was said that you were in a meeting when I called back. So you should have a voice.
I need you to speak into the phone for me.
I am. What makes you think that I'm not?
Because you sound far away from the phone.
Well, I'm not. I'm standing right here at the phone.
Can you hear me?
I hear you well. Is my voice any better?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What's the
There was a voicemail recorded for you during that time period. Are you able to listen to it while I hold?
No, not while I have you on the phone, Mr. Rush. How can I help?
Look, I do apologize, but as far as I read here in the program operations manual, as the beneficiary who is attempting to establish the jurisdictional procedure that's being used with personal property by the Social Security Administration, I understand that once I get on the phone that I should have your full and undivided attention. But you seem bothered by me right now.
Mr. Rush, I'm asking you
Yes.
to let me know what it is I can do to assist you.
And I attempted to do so when I told you this is what I'd like to do. Explain what it is that you do for you. I am a beneficiary and I understand that you have jurisdiction over in Birmingham. But I'm not going to be able to say anything if you're talking. But go ahead.
Okay. You were transferred to me.
Yes.
I was in a meeting.
Yes.
So you called back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I understand that.
Yes.
So I'm asking you, what is the problem?
The problem is right now, the problem is, go ahead. The problem is right now, I will prefer to speak to someone at your office, the WSU unit management office, other than you to verify your employment and your conduct over the phone. Anyone in management. I would like to speak to anyone in management at WSU to verify your employment, conduct, and behavior over the phone during this call. I no longer wish to speak to the employee over the phone. Any of the 100,000 employees the Social Security Administration has that works in WSU management in Birmingham would suffice. I no longer wish to speak to Bianca.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling the Social Security Administration.
Mr. Rush?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting ready to transfer you to my manager, Mrs. Bethune, okay?
All right.
Okay, one moment, please.
WSU, this is Miss Stone. Can I assist you?
Miss who?
Hello,
Miss who are you?
this is Miss Bethune. Can you hear me, sir?
I can now, Miss Bethune. Uh, I don't know if this is normal, but back into were you employed there in 2015 when the federal government came and audited your offices?
When the federal government audited our office?
Yes, they audited your offices and recommended that you change your structure on how you issue the Rock Awards. It's all in the public. They public your audits. You're a public agency, so they do public audits. Were you employed there then?
Okay.
Were you working there then?
I'm not sure.
In 2015, ma'am, that's when it happened.
2015?
2015.
Yes, sir. I did. I was working here in 2015.
And you were unaware that you were audited at that time.
I don't recall.
You what now?
I do not recall.
Oh, okay. Well, ma'am, I just submitted a complaint to the Office of Inspector General that an application that I
You
filed
said you could submit a complaint about what?
to the Office of Inspector General related to the Program Operations Manual deprivation of procedure on my application that I filed in 2014 while you were under audit. And it appears that someone might have hid my application to make your audit appear more in compliant with the Program Operation Manual's procedures. And the reason why I've requested to speak to you today is every employee that I requested to speak to at the WSU unit has thus far followed a pattern of Social Security Administration employees refusing to discuss what appears to be misinformation being provided to me over the phone that conflicts with what's written in the Program Operations Manual. Specifically, what your employees have done is when I mention the word manual or read something that's in the manual, your employees get off the phone. I need to have an emergency interview that is listed in this Program Operations Manual to provide evidence that should be already in your possession that the government has an error or delay in my record. This number is called because this procedure says that the employee that I spoke with today who gave me misinformation means someone in management should look at my evidence. So I need to I need to schedule an appointment to have a misinformation interview on critical payment processing. And I need it to be an emergency.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When did you file your claim?
When did I file what claim? Ma'am, I sued the Social Security Administration in 2019 for maintaining false records under my name, and the Social Security Administration's Appeals Council in 2020 ordered my state to correct my records. They have not. From what I understand, the only reason why you are involved is either you are processing the fraudulent claims that the field office is sending, or you aren't receiving the claims that the field office is sending. And I have no way of verifying that until someone sends me a notice that explains what the procedure is that you're using. As far as I know, your office is the only office that has jurisdiction over the issue that I'm calling about.
Okay, so but I'm asking you is you saying you filed a claim or
I have a case folder, a claimant administrative record. All that information is in there. That's the reason why I need to have a emergency interview to provide that documentation, so that when you have a question for me, I can show you where that is answered in your own records, and rather than you suggesting, or there being a suggestion in the communication that you don't even know when the application is filed.
Okay, so would you like to provide me with your social security number so I can look up the record?
587 31
One moment.
Go ahead.
Okay, 587
31 6485.
Okay, I see here back in 2016 you did file a hearing. Looks like that this
Ma'am, I'm not I don't even know what you're doing now. I'm calling you because I need to schedule an emergency interview to present evidence that you currently have false records in my name. Doesn't matter what doesn't matter what any of that says. That's all in the past. I'm focusing on what I need right now.
Okay, yes sir. What is your full name?
Zori Rush.
What's your date of birth?
10/4/77.
And where city and state were you born in?
Euport, Mississippi.
And currently your address is?
6912 Mount Vernon Road, Euport, Mississippi 39744.
Okay, yes sir. So I do see all of the information that you have provided here. And
what information are you talking about? What information do you
Huh?
see? What information did I provide?
Your address and your city's date of birth,
Oh,
all of the information
okay.
you have provided has been verified. And you are requesting an appointment to review your record.
I am requesting an emergency interview to discuss programs, operations manual. I don't know why y'all so scared of the word. HI 00805.175, evidence of government error or delay. Now, you can make it up however you want to, but that's what I need to discuss.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm going to schedule an appointment so that you can get this information.
Ma'am, I wasn't finished. Government error or delay in critical payment processing. That's the reason why it's urgent. There is evidence your employees are saying over the phone that a person that gets benefits doesn't qualify for critical payment processing of post-entitlement issues. That directly conflicts with what is written in the program's operations manuals for all persons, and no one has gone over the evidence to show, despite the fact that I have been getting benefits, that I am still experiencing dire needs during the processing of additional claims for post-entitlement issues. So that needs to be discussed in an appointment that provides evidence that the Social Security Administration has delayed critical payment processing by maintaining processing errors that I have contested since I enrolled. That's what's going to be discussed during the meeting. But to simplify the emergency meeting, If I were a Social Security Administration employee, what I would dictate the meeting is an emergency interview to discuss Programs Operations Manual HI 00805.175.
Okay.
I know that's what from what I'm reading, that's the only thing that the Social Security Administration is paying you to do. Is what I told you what I wanted. That's what you're supposed to write. Anything that deviates from that, from what I read here, after years of me advising that the records are false, anything that deviates from that makes you personally committing a crime, not the Social Security Administration, the individuals that's providing false and wrong information on my account when they hear me say I'm calling to provide evidence of an error.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. What was it again? I did get it, but I forgot it. What is it?
Miss Bethune, B-U-N-E.
That's not what you said. Me. What'd you say?
Miss Bethune.
Bethune, like
Yes, sir.
like Mary McLeod.
Absolutely.
Well, you might know Miss Mary Hunter. I'm waiting to find out as soon as I get paid. I'm gonna buy a ticket to fly to D.C. and find out why in the heck the Washington Police Department has not arrested Mary Hunter for her actual and constructive knowledge that she processed false records sent from that field office. Because she knew she was doing it. I told her she was processing false records. Do you know what a grant claim is? A grant claim is when a beneficiary discovers a government error that affects multiple beneficiaries, which is what I did.
Okay.
When a
Okay.
beneficiary
Okay.
finds an error that the government caused that impacts multiple beneficiaries. I did that in 2015. That
Okay.
means since 2015, the Social Security Administration has evaded this particular administrative relief procedure while all the people suffered from coronavirus. The government's error prevented all the people in your jurisdiction from getting access to their property under that grant claim while people died from the coronavirus.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I want to know why Mary Hunter is not in jail. Because I don't know how many people died in D.C., but because Mary Hunter didn't do her job, I watched the day I told Mary Hunter what was happening. The day I told her someone died. The very day. And I don't know what you know about the law. That means every Social Security Administration employee that has actual and constructive knowledge that a beneficiary has discovered a government delay impacting multiple beneficiaries is receiving a check from fraud. All of you are.
Uncle Stassi, can I have your credit card
For what?
for B-Bucks?
No. I don't even like you playing that game.
Fortnite's not. Fortnite's cool, and it got a new update.
Why you don't need to buy no new update.
Well, I need some B-Bucks.
Just wait, it'll be free in a couple of weeks.
It's never free.
It'll be free, trust me. I'm on the phone, Jack.
When you get that off, when you get off the phone, you're gonna give me your credit. You're not gonna give me your credit card.
I'm not. I might come over and play the game, but I'm not going to give you my credit card.
Well, you more than $1 million?
The $1 million is being obstructed by the person that's on the phone. That's why I'm talking to her. So let me try to remove the obstruction.
Well, you need people's teeth to get them on.
No, actually, what I should have did was not put my money into the hands of people that were reasonably expected to commit fraud with it.
Well, why you gave them your money?
Jack, you are only allowing this. Thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, they got media outbursts of flu, coronavirus, and respiratory infection combined in one. Trust me, I am holding on for the government to fix my property before they force me to look at another slew of deaths. I ain't interested in giving out government jobs so everybody in the community can die from the flu. job that bad, you can go dig potatoes or tomatoes or something, because we got a whole slew of slavery going on over here and they need some help. We need to be giving away money to nobody that's just going to be sitting there tapping on stuff when I needed to keep people from dying from the flu. The evidence to be discussed during the interview is in the custodial possession of John Jackson, Regional Director for the field office area, who is also a original source of misinformation. You would, if he were doing his job, you would already have that. But that evidence is in his hands, and he's refusing to discuss it use
Okay,
these
sir.
procedures.
I have made an appointment for you for January the 5th, 9:15 a.m. Someone will give you a call during that time.
All right. I'm going to be calling
Thank
back.
you.
I'll
And
be.
have a great day.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Uh huh.